Welcome all to this online meeting today. Randhir, you are saying, beloved Master Rajee, you are such a blessing for me. Your teaching resonates with me so much in my being. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very grateful to you. Thank you, Randhir, for thank you, Gopala, for listening. This satsangs, these meetings, these talks, these pointings are like a song, like a divine song. Life is singing, and when you listen in openness, when you listen without uh, background of knowledge like this, then it is as if you join the chorus. You join the chorus, and we are singing along. It's very nice. It is very beautiful. Like this. This is the beauty of listening, and that's why I thank you. It's very nice. Shivani, you are also here. You are saying Namaste, Rajiji. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Happy to join today. Welcome, Shivani. Nikhil, you are saying Namaste, Rajiji. We are happy to be here with you. Thank you, Ma, Nikhil and Ma. Welcome, Nikhil. Welcome, Ma. You are saying, coming to you in satsang today with so much gratitude and love for sharing yourself so freely and helping guide us to clear seeing. Welcome, Steve. I'm happy that you are being helped in this way. Anna, you are saying Namaste, beloved Rajiji. Welcome, Anna. Wing, you are saying Namaste, Rajiji. I am watching. Thank you and lots of love. Welcome, Wing. Tarun, Tarun Sharma is also here. You are saying Namaste, Rajiji. Welcome, Tarun. Satya Devi, you are saying Namaste, beloved. Welcome, Satya. What a wonderful meeting like this one which we are having right now is without any preparations. So fresh, so alive, so spontaneous. You might be uh, feeling some sense of problem while coming here to this meeting like this. But coming here, entering into this space or this meeting energy field or something like this, you are coming only to your natural beingness, not knowingness, spontaneity. And here problems are not found. they dissolve, or they fade away in some way in our experience. That's how it feels. And after this meeting, after some time maybe, or after a few days maybe, you will again find yourself feeling some problems. It is mainly because you have again moved, your focus has again moved to the mind field, and you have again started believing unknowingly, unconsciously, that the way you are defining life is true. You start believing your own definitions, and based on that, life looks imperfect. There seems to be problems in life. The more you stay in your beingness, in your not knowingness, the easier it is to see everything as it is, and to be free from all the suffering and sense of problems. We are able to connect with life in natural, harmonious way. Lokesh, you are saying Pranam Bhagwan. Pranam Lokesh. Anil, you are saying Namaste, beloved Rajee. Welcome, Anil. Dinky, you are saying Namaste, Rajee. Welcome, Dinky. So I welcome all of you like this. If you want to share anything, if you want to ask, please write on the YouTube chat window or on Facebook message to me, to Raji space non-dash duality. Discovery of our true nature is not difficult. This everybody has said, all the great masters have mentioned, and we somehow also realize this very, very soon once we start our spiritual journey or activities. What is difficult is to not give it enough value, or to choose our mind or habitual way of living and looking at life over this natural way. That is difficult. So knowing ourselves is beautiful. Coming to a meeting like this and feeling the spaciousness within yourself, it is uh, relatively easier. What is difficult, what I call hard work of the seekers of truth, that mostly seeker want to avoid, mostly seeker want to bypass, or in some way skip, is the space in which they come back when they are not in a space like this, in a silence like this, where you are right now. We don't look there, we don't work there. We need to work there, actually. Work in the sense that we need to use our natural, inherent, deepest capacity of knowledge, knowing. That capacity is called seeing. We need to use that capacity. Seeing, we need to see. But that is mostly very heavily misinterpreted. What is this capacity of seeing, and what is the meaning of simply seeing? It does not really mean see and understand. It doesn't mean see and reject. It doesn't mean see and try to change. It simply means that see what is the case. And the more you see, the more a sort of a acknowledgement takes place within you, the seer. The acknowledgement of the fact that what is the case right now, that this is how it is. And then a sort of a unconscious rejection that we have a resistance that we have for everything that happens in life, for many things that happen in life. That resistance dissolves by itself. And until that resistance is there, resistance to what is happening, suffering will not disappear. Suffering simply means resistance to what is happening. And in that clash, in that friction, that uneasiness that we feel, uncomfortableness that we feel, you can say, is what is experiential suffering, you can say. In the base of that, resistance is our our true nature. Beyond that, this resistance to life is our true nature. So simple seeing is something very, very important. It is not to achieve anything. It is not to solve any problem. It is to basically see that what is going on in my life. It is to see life beyond personal perspective, beyond spiritual perspective that is created within us out of spiritual conditioning, beyond all the perspectives, basically trying to see life beyond all the perspective. That hold on for a moment, maybe I can suspend my problems, but I want to see really what exactly is going on, and that solves effectively all our problems, because energetically we are feeling the problem, but the cause of that energetic suffocation, suffering, or any uneasiness is based in our misperceptions about ourselves, about life. The more clearly you see, the more without doing anything, your problems are solved. This is the direct way. Kapil, you are also saying, Namaste, Rajee. Welcome, Kapil. So, this is how I felt like sharing with you right now. Now, you please ask something or somebody say something. Manu, you are saying Ram Ram, Bhaiya. Ram Ram, Manu. A meeting like this is not really a place for achieving anything, for even knowing anything. Maybe up to some extent we can learn something from here in the form of some guided meditation or practice. But essentially, meeting like this is a place for testing what we have got, whether it is true or false, whether it is temporary or permanent. The knowledge, the experiences, the sense of unpleasantness in our life, everything can be tested here. You have come here if you are open enough, if you are not trying to do your homework here so much, then you can actually start seeing that something is changing in you right now. And that which is changing is not really changing right now. It was always changing. But in this light of satsang, in this light of meeting, somehow it is getting more and more highlighted. And why it is so? Because in the true meeting like this, your capacity of seeing gets strengthened. You you get more and more strength of neutrally seeing what is going on. And that may make you feel good or bad, depends on what is happening now, what is noticed by you in this moment. But essentially, you must not conclude anything in this way, because it is a transition period in which you are in. It's like a flux in which you are when you are seeing things like this. Rely on the seeing, not on what you see. Stay in the seeing. Seek stability, shelter, center, ground in the seeing, not in what you see, not in what you perceive. If you want to, if you want to be, to feel more stable, if you want to overcome any this discomfortableness or experience of disorientation. Now somebody must say something now, because I am running out of words. I don't feel like saying anything. Diva, you are asking. Suffering, you say, is resistance to the flow of life. One know what is life desire and what is your own desire. You are saying Pranam Raji. Welcome. Namaste, Deva. Okay. Deva, for this you will need to understand something fundamental here. I'll say again. I'll say again. Suffering, you say, is resistance to the flow of life. Suffering is caused by the resistance to the flow of life. Or in fact, it would be more accurate to say that suffering is not caused by resistance to the flow of life. In fact, life happens out of resistance to the flow of life. It is like one ripple hitting something which is further creating more ripples like this. And there is nothing wrong in resistance to the flow of life. That also naturally happens. So it is like some you are feeling some uncomfortableness in your body, let's say. This is the flow of life right now. And you are feeling resistance to it because you don't like it. That is also this resistance to the flow of life in this case is also flow of life. It is also not anything right or wrong. Then where the suffering comes now, where is the place for suffering here? The place for suffering is when we believe that what I'm feeling in this moment, that this experience should not happen in my body. When we too tightly couple ourselves, associate ourselves with the resistance. In that case, we hold a position in the infinity of life, in the flow of life, and from there we look at life, and then things look very different. Then it is you and life, and then comes the part where you are saying, how does one knows what is life desire and what is your own desire? This your own desire is this requirement to know what is my own desire and what is the desire of life is rooted in the very strong experience that I am separate from life. All of your desires, in a way, are your private desires. And at the same time, you are a desire of life. You are a desire of God. And all the desires that you are having are also desires of God in that way, desires of life in that way. So all the desires which are flowing out of you are uh, life's desires, because you as a whole, whole of yourself is can be said to be one desire of God, one desire of life. But if you live only as a autonomy, as a separate being, and do not see what I'm sharing with you right now, you will suffer, because you will take yourself as the center of life, and from there you feel that desires are coming, and life is not honoring me, my desires. Life is dishonoring my desires. Life is not respecting my desires. I want to do this, and life is creating obstacles, problems. Life creating obstacles to your desires is life's desire in this moment. So life has chosen to override your desire, which is coming from your local self, apparently, which is not really coming from your local self, a small self. But when it is seen through the mind, when you see it through the limited mind, where we have the sense of I and my, I am the one who is living my life, then it looks very different. Then you have created a circle in the in the infiniteness of the sky, of the ocean of consciousness, and anything which is outside of that circle is called life, and everything which is inside the circle is called my life. And all the desires, all the activities which are happening outside of this circle are called life's desires, and all the activities moving in this within this circle of my is called my desires. But at any point of time, there is no separation between my desires and desires of life, because I am myself a desire of life. And that is why I exist. That is why I am nourished by the source of life. And that is why I'm flowering. So you don't have option to change anything, to correct anything. Everything is already corrected. Everything is already perfect as it is. Your option is to see more and break. out of your limitedness of mind, where my is the circle in which we are living. My is the word. My means word, my life. And once you break out of this circle of mind, myness, your I also is corrected somehow. Your I is not a personal statement anymore, rooted in a particular body or a body mind system. Your I becomes universal. Your I becomes life itself. Becomes means you feel that I am the wholeness of life. I am not separate from life. Deva, I hope this answer will help you and others in some way. If it is not clear, please write more. Mahima, you are saying Pranam, beloved Raji. I am here now. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for choosing me. Welcome, dear. I'm having a bit cold, so I need to have some hot water. Deva, remember Kabir said, "Jag darshan ka mela." This whole jag means this creation, this world, this manifestation is all about seeing how much you see. The more you see, the more you know the the truth of life. When you see everything as it is, then you so know the absolute truth of life. This is what we need to do. Our circle of seeing is small. It has to grow more and more and more. Our circle of seeing is imprisoned. Our capacity of natural capacity of seeing is imprisoned by our interest, by our focus, by our need, by our seeking. See more, and you get out of this circle without doing anything. And as long as you are in this circle, you will see things in a certain way, and nothing can be done about it. Only what you can do within this circle is that somehow and see, stop and see. The more you see, the more you start going backward in a way without doing anything. Your position start deepening by itself. Your position of yourself, the seer, starts moving deeper and deeper by itself. The more you choose not to move and only see, the more you start going deeper and deeper by itself. No other effort is needed, because any other effort will only come from the belief that what I'm experiencing right now, what I'm seeing right now is true and is giving me real trouble, and I need to be free from it before I can do anything else. Whereas it is not true. In the bigger picture of life, your small problems of mind, body, and everything, including pain and any stress in the mind, is found to be very, very little, very small. On the background of your natural joy of your being, all the problems that you are experiencing right now are found to be very, very small. So don't try to solve your problems. There are none really, as far as suffering is concerned. Find out your own true nature, true state, and stay. The more you stay, the more you you feel nourished by it, and the more you feel natural capacity of seeing, which is pure wisdom. You decides everything as it must be decided. It unfolds naturally from you every moment, what you should do and what you should not. This idea that I have to choose what I should do and what I should not is totally rooted in sense of separation, where I'm believing that I'm responsible for my actions, my thinking, my desires, and everything. Whereas it is not true. If at all you can say anything about your identity separate from, let's say, life, the only thing that you can say is, I am the seer of the whole flow of life, in which sense of I is also happening within me. And through the sense of I, many activities are taking place. That is the max you can say about yourself. That is why witnessing, natural seeing, simple seeing is called our true nature. Deva, you are saying? Raji, you have made this picture so clear and simple. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, that's very nice. I, Deva, and I know the limitation of words and expressions like this. That is why I always try to check that whether it is clear to you or not. Because if you are connected in this moment, if you are really listening, then it will become clear, even if words are not so 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 well placed in the statements. And words, all the words, all the expressions in concepts, they have limitation. I'm very happy that somehow together in this connectedness of this moment, we could we could communicate. I could understand what you were asking, and you could understand what I was trying to tell you in response to your question. Now again, we are on ground zero. Anybody, please ask something. Otherwise, I will have to end this session soon. If you if you are open enough right now, if you feel you are asking from openness, you can ask anything, because it is going to bring us only to one place, that is truth, one seeing, one clarity, one experience, one recognition. We can start from anywhere. We all are going to end here only, in this clarity only. If you are open, you can ask anything. Because meetings like this are not to give you any knowledge, they are to help you see more. Clarity is what is given here in a way, without giving you. So you're not educated more, you are helped to see more. Or maybe you are surprised by the expression of the coming from the teacher, that yes, it seems true, and I feel it is true, but why I did not look myself. So you kind of get surprised by it a little bit, pleasantly shocked by it, and that's how you start waking up. Listening only, talking only, asking only, like this. Simple interactions. Diva, you are saying your hand gestures are very helpful. They are so silent and like a picture with 1,000 words. Oh, nice, nice. I did not notice this, but if it is helpful for you, it's very nice. Madhavi, you are saying namaste. You just spoke on desires, and they are endless. Many paths talk of controlling desires. Can you say something on it? Thank you. Yes, I will. I will talk on about this. Okay. There are two things that you are saying. First is that the desires are endless. Desires are only endless when we have any concept of ending desires. That I must end my desires. That I must be free from my desires. Then only desires are endless. Otherwise, desires are not like packet, some sort of packet within us, which is going to be exhausted one after another like this. It doesn't seem to be so actually. Not at least the way our mind understands. When a seed sprouts into a small two-leaf creation form, this seed has desires. It is like a bundle of desires or like an imprint of what it is going to be in future. This is called its destiny. Life has put it. Life, so it is life's desire in the form of a seed. A seed is a desire of life. It has some sort of detailing in it, but it is more like loose detailing in a way, you can say. And now, whatever feelings will come from this through this sprout, will they be called endless? No. Will they be called good or bad? So the desires coming out of this sprout to be a huge tree, to have fruits, to have flowers, to have leaves, to have branches, and to, you know, bring birds and other creatures on it and, serve them in some way. If these desires are coming from this seed, this sprout, are they good or bad? They are neither good nor bad. And are they endless? No, they are not endless also. This endless thing is actually irrelevant actually in the real picture of life. Life, because life is not divided. When life has placed this seed in the soil, life knows which type of birds are going to be served. Other honeybees, and like this, other animals will be served by this tree in future. Life is one organic unity, one wholeness. But when we see it through the eyes of mind, knowledge, then we see that they are endless. They are neither endless, they are not the opposite of it also. They are simply what they are, and they are not ours. But our mind also has many understanding of life rooted in separation, and through that also many desires come. Those desires are all rooted in one thing: fear, because the sense of separation is afraid of losing itself into the oneness of life. So all that we live, all the whole life, our whole life is rooted in fear in this way. It's not a bad fear. This is how life moves things. This is how life feels inspiration and like to do things and experiences and things in separation. It's not bad. But when it is mixed too much with the concepts of the mind, then we don't feel our life. We think our life. But life is not a thinking, it is a feeling. Life is being lived through feeling everywhere. So what you feel from the depth of yourself is what life is feeling about you, what life wants through you. And you are saying many paths talk of controlling desires. There are different purpose, you can say, approaches or spiritual approaches, you can say, specifically, which are used to wake us up to the fact that we are not separate, that we are not the body or the mind. And one of them could be this. So I'm not sure in which context this controlling desire is to be put. So I cannot directly say anything about it. It can be useful, or it may not be. It depends what is the context, what are the other element of the spiritual practice or approach. My approach is simple seeing. I say first you see more, so you know whatever you can see, what is possible to be seen, and what we call I, what we call myself, is possible to be seen. And then it makes all our questions, all our desires, in a way, all our sense of problems and troubles invalid in a way. Because you are that which is seeing this sense of I having any trouble, any question, or anything. So it is going one step deeper actually. Not solving anything, just going one step deeper. This simple seeing takes us one step deeper into ourselves. That's all. That changes everything actually. It changes our language, it changes everything. And when I say it changes our language, I don't mean that we start using spiritual language. No, we start using the language of silence. That is our language in this one step deeper position. Silence is our language. Silence is the way through which we see, we feel, we experience, we know everything. So words, concepts is one way. It doesn't matter what type of word they are, whether they are spiritual concepts or whether they are social concepts. They are all the same in this way. So Madhu, this is what I feel about it. Hope it will help you in some way. Prasadji, you are here. You are saying, beloved Raji, I am so happy to join you here. Thanks a lot. Welcome, Prasadji. I'm very happy to to see that you are here. I remember last satsang, last Sunday, or I guess Steve said something which I really like. He said something like this: that this sense that I know is what is what basically creates or constitutes what the I-ness, you can say, the sense of I within us. Without the sense I know, there is no sense I, like this, in this way. There is no declared or clear sense that I am here, I am this, like this. Or you can say the false identity cannot exist without saying that I know. The true identity is there, true I is there, but it doesn't say I know anything. It just exists. At the max, it says I exist. And and do you know anything? No, I don't know anything. And do you need to know anything to exist? No, I don't need to know anything to exist. I'm. How are you? Are you happy or unhappy? No, I don't know. I'm neither happy nor I'm unhappy. Are you content? Yes, I'm content. Do you need anything? No. Is there anything missing here? No. Like this. So our main problem is that I know, and I want to continue knowing more, and I want to continue correcting my knowledge in the hope that it is going to correct my life experience. No, it is going to correct your life experience, but only temporarily, because this is a temporary field. This I is your own creation, and all that is the that comes out of I is also your own creation, your own word. This is your own word of I and my. You, the consciousness, has created, and you are living in it now, enjoying it. It's there's nothing wrong in that, but you cannot be permanently peaceful, happy in this field, because it is a changeful field. Things are changing continuously. If you want to be peaceful permanently, if you want to experience constant silence, if you want to stay in your own silence, then you have to drop out of this sense of my and I, which is all very tightly, you know, bound by the sense of I know, and fall into your natural not knowingness, beingness. So this is how I feel. Madhvi, you are saying yes. Thank you. And Prasadji, you are asking if seeing is deepening. What are the signs one can see that it is growing and he is on the right path, right way? Thank you. If your seeing is growing, what I call this simple seeing, if it is deepening, then you will have less and less sense of knowledge. You will have less and less to say and more to feel. This seeing, basically, pure capacity of seeing is also same as the capacity of experiencing life. So you experience more, you feel more within you, but you don't have much to say. Things are not so clear anymore. Things are not so well defined under titles, and it is mainly because you have gone one step deeper from the level of mind where name exists. Now you experience forms, but you don't experience names attached to them, or you don't attach the forms with the names. Like you experience something inside you, like you see something inside you, but you don't know what it is, or you don't call it anything, basically. And things are so different then. You may feel as if there is a big soup within you of things, different things, and you don't really know whether this black one is thought, or say emotion, or a feeling, or something else. So when your seeing is deepening, you come more and more close to a natural not knowingness. You know less, but somehow you feel more, and you feel you exist, and you naturally also start feeling calm, relatively peaceful. So Prasadji, I feel this is this is one of the signs of deepening of the seeing. When your seeing is absolutely at the center of itself, then you cannot say anything about yourself, and yet you can say something. Always you can say about everything that is in front of you, this whole life, because you are at the very core of yourself. You can see everything clearly from here, but you cannot say anything about yourself. This is the second sign, you can say, when you can talk about yourself. I am this, I am that. I know this, I don't know this. So first is I know, I don't know. In the first sign, you know less. You are knowing less and less. In the second sign, you are also losing your self definition. You cannot say about yourself much. You are saying about yourself less and less and less. When you are at the core of yourself, when your capacity of seeing, or your seeing, you can say, is at the deepest core, you simply cannot say anything about yourself. And in this state, or in this time, you are so supremely happy, and you are effortlessly undivided with the wholeness. You are the wholeness and the seer of it. And this is so surprising that this path, or this, you know, door into ourself is present within ourself always. But we choose to see and get attached to what we see, rather than staying as the seer and falling into our own vertical mystery. So Prasadji, this is how I feel. Again, there's nothing left to be said now. So you can say, in one way, what we are calling seeing, it is actually our capacity of knowing the truth. So those who want to know the truth would or should choose to see, not to not choosing to know anything. If you want to know in anything in the true sense, choose to see simply, because the knowledge that we are having is relative. All knowledge is relative to the knower. It is a relationship, and it is based in division, uh, in separation. If you want to know life in oneness, life in undividedness of itself, then you have no other tools left for you to be used but to see. Use this inherent capacity of seeing. This capacity of seeing is present in the non-dual nature of life, non-dual view of life. This capacity of seeing is not absent anywhere, ever. This is very surprising. This capacity of seeing, this simple seeing, is present in the dualistic field of life, dualistic experience of life. It is present in the non-dual experience of life also. Same capacity. And it is mainly because you are this seeing. You are this capacity of seeing. You are nothing else. So the more you rely on it, the more you rest in it, the more you will discover that everything I can see, but I cannot see myself. And this way, I become free from all forms of bondages, which were mainly caused by my identification with what I was seeing. So this is also I can say to you, to all of you. I feel we have then reached to the end of this session. So, in the end, I just want to again emphasize that this seeing is your original power to know the truth of life, to know the truth of everything, and finally to know the truth of yourself, your own self. All other powers of knowledge, knowing, are are a resultant power. It's a result of mix of the seer that you are and something else. That's something else you will know yourself by seeing simply. I don't need to tell you what is that something else. Okay then, thank you. Thank you.